Hey everybody, got a treat for you today. This is where today you're gonna get a chance to see where this little fellow went to high school. Okay, let's go. Well, hello. How you doing? Well. Your good friend Errol here. I was just doing a very good little fast demonstration. This is actually where I go to high school. I went to this high school here, so I thought it would be so fun just to come back and kind of, give a little take. Now, I'm gonna lift up the camera a little bit so you can see around. That's the school. I got it set up here so you can see. So there's a school. There's a school there. There's a school. Now I drove a car here today. Generally I don't have a car. Back then, this is where I would run up and down, and you saw me running and then go to do the my sitting on the step and eating. Of course, I remember right up there was my science class, which I didn't do very well in. Right up there was my science class. Now the field was not a very sophisticated field. This was the field in which we went. This was my field here. Now this, I didn't become a football player here, and I didn't become a soccer player here, but I spent a lot of time here. So this is really and truly where I went to school. Now, mind you now, I'm gonna just walk out. So this was, and there was a good football team out of here. There was actually a very good football team here. Okay, so this is where I spent all my teenage year and everything down there and so on. Now, of course, today I drove a car here. I didn't even know anything about car then. Meaning, all right, so this is my school that I went to. All right, so all over the place, I would run up and down in this particular area. So this is where my childhood days of teenagers, this was where. I'll just kind of go to the front a bit. Yes, so very active in the school. Now this school did a lot of stuff for me. It did quite a lot for me. This school did many things for me. I'm just showing you. So that was known as the Crossway. Spent a lot of time over there. A professional. Now I'm gonna get back to the professional things that's here. Has a professional swimming pool. Or I should say Olympic style swimming pool. I used to hate it because they used to have us going in the pool early morning and everything. I used to hate it. Alrighty, now this is the office. I hope I can get inside. Principal office. I was always in the principal office. I gotta turn this thing off. Alright, so now you kind of see where I'm at. So again, like I said before, this is where I went to high school, my school days. This is my high school here, and I'm just showing it for the sake of it. So definitely on my high school and so on. There we are, as you can see. So this was, as you can see there, beautiful garden center and so on. This was my high school. All my teenager years I spent in this particular school here, definitely, and so on. So that's where I went to school. Never forgot as long as I live. So I want to talk a little bit about a couple of things, okay? So so I spent a lot of my years here in the high school days, a lot of it, okay? So I want to get back and tell you why I'm saying this, okay? So all of this here, it has a professional theater, professional, lot of stuff. But I want to
turn left onto Dundee West.
Don't turn left. I want to talk to you. Okay? Don't turn left. So again, like I said, this is the school in which, how you doing? Beautiful, beautiful. Lots of these birds are used to them. Alrighty. So it was always funny that pigeons just hang out here for some reason. All right. So all of this is the principal's office and vice principal and guardian's office and all of those things. But I want to get back to the other side so I can explain something to you.
Head east on.
Head east. You know, just hang in there with me. I'm telling you something, okay? I'm really telling you something. So all I'm trying to get at,
in 300 meters, turn left onto Sun.
Not turn left. Do not, under no circumstances, turn left. All right. So anyhow, so as I was expecting, I'm gonna actually ask this lady a question. Hello. Hi. Are you a teacher here? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. How are you? It's all right. So I want to talk with you a little bit. All right. I want to talk with you a little bit. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can get this. Hold up. Hang in there with me. Hang in there. So I'm doing a little video, and it's kind of a cool video because the reason I'm doing a video, this is where I went to high school. Yes, and it wasn't have this name at all. Okay, it didn't, but it changed. It used to be known as West Park. So I actually did the video. Now, it's only obvious. Don't say your name. I've been, like I said, I was just in the area. And I said, I'm gonna come and shoot a video at my school. You know where I done. So you could. What grade are you guys in?
Grade 12.
Grade? Oh my God! Really? When I came here, I was in grade 9. You mean you spent 4 years here already?
I spent 3.
Okay, all right. So there's a cheating going on here because you mind being in my video? You don't mind, do you? All right. So come a little closer. I'm not gonna ask a couple of questions. That's my car over there. Okay. So it's kind of pretty cool coming back down here. Now it looked like you kind of have some of my school days. What happened?
I hurt myself playing ball.
You what?
I hurt my playing ball.
That sounds like exactly what used to happen to me. So at least I feel like I have partnership here. Now, what do you guys specialize in here? You, well, of course, you're a ball player already, I can tell. But what do you specialize in? Soccer? And science?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? One of the first things that I said, I point up is it science room still on the 3rd floor? Or it's still up there? I actually pointed and said, and there's a science room. I gotta tell you what happened. 1 year, no, mind you, 1978, you're gonna say, oh my God, he's 8,000 years old. 1978, literally, I won the Junior Achievement Award in this school. 1978, I'm 3,000 years old. I kid you not. I kid you not. However, when I was up there, that's what I can tell you. This place, guys, that, by the way, they have a beautiful theater. What do you call it? Auditorium. Okay, I spent all my school years in that auditorium. All my school years. Because what happened, I was involved in music. I was involved in music a lot. That's what I did. So tell me a little bit now. You say you major in science? Now, I was terrible in science. Honestly, now let me see. I have not been in your school for a while, but if I remember correctly, the door is to the wall like this. You walk in and the board is up here. Is it still the same? Oh my God, 1975. Well, that's not 1975. 1978, 79, 80. That I was here. So I remember carefully, okay? And then you have the main office, the principal office, and the guidance office, something like that. Is it still like that? Wow! You know? Okay, one more. Then the gym is on the 2nd floor. You can exit it, you can enter the gym coming from the principal office or the guidance office. There's a couple of offices there. I think it used to be like counting, but then you're coming to the gym. Is it still the same? Wow. All right, tell me something now. Tell me about your science. Well, how is things in science today?
They're not bad. They're alright.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a nice program.
What's the name of your teacher?
I had
Don't tell me you haven't remember you haven't met him.
no, I have Mr. Povos for
So,
now I have Mr. Kell.
so one of the favorite teacher that used to be here, he was head of the organ. By the way, do you still have a band room? You have a band and an organ room? I took music in this school. So literally, that was my major, music and everything. I do not know how good I did. Okay, so you were saying in science. So is that your favorite subject?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Congratulations. And what do you want to do when you finish all of this?
Mechatronics.
What?
Mechatronics.
Electronics?
Mechatronics.
Man, is that why you make robots? Oh my God, I can't believe it. I even know what that word meant. Okay, all right, that's cool. That's real cool. That's real cool. And what about yourself? What is it that you're majoring in? Or what would you say is your thing at this school?
I would have to say science.
You do science?
Yeah.
Oh my God, everybody science? Okay, and how is science for you? What makes you like science?
Well, I want to go into nursing, so I kind of need science, but I think science.
Wow. I gotta be honest with you guys, I was not good in science. I gotta be honest. One day I mixed baking soda and something else together. Was that good? What about yourself? You better not say science. So, well, it's still a little in the science business, ain't it? And everything. And what you planning to do when this is all over? A therapist? Well, you guys, it seems like you guys are much smarter than when I was here. You know what I mean? I spend a lot of time in the gym, but I want to congratulate you guys. I'm not in the auditorium. By the way, you know there's a good friend who came out of this school with me, right? A couple of guys, I'm going to give you their name. One of them name is Donovan Boucher. Donovan Boucher, you ever heard that name before? He's a professional fighter. And you can look it up when you go home. There's a guy named Sean O'Sullivan. He was Canadian welterweight back then. Believe it or not, he was Canadian welterweight, and Donovan was the one who fought him and took away that title. Now Donovan fight for years, like in the ring of the heavy hitters, and then now he's a part of the federation of referee and everything. So he's in the white shirt here, the white collar thing, yeah, and everything. So yes, and also another guy. All of them, we are still in touch with each other. There's another guy by the name of Chris Amos. Chris here. I know this is over your shoulder. By the way, there's some really good students came out of this school. Trust me, there's some top students, like literally successful people came out of this school. Literally, I'm telling you. So this Chris Amos, I know you guys would never heard of him. There's a guy and used to be on TV called Mr. T. Okay, you ever heard that name? Okay, wait. Well, Mr. Chris used to be his television double. And also he's in boxing. Some really, really successful people came out of this school. Really, really successful. So I guess you guys are the next round of success. And that's awesome. Honestly, this school, no joke, has done so much for me. Remember I said I won the Junior Achievement Award? This school was so behind me. And to win the Junior Achievement Award, I got what they call congratulations. Now you wouldn't believe who was Prime Minister then. When I was in this school, you wouldn't believe who was Prime Minister. Trudeau! Oh my God! Oh my God! No! So you know the father was Prime Minister. Wow! Give it up for her, man. Come on, even with your broken leg, give it up. My God, yes. So Mr. Trudeau, at that time, I get a letter of congratulations from him and everything, which is really cool. And last but not least, what you intend to do when you finish? I think you told me. But how is everything here overall? How would you? By the way, how many students is in this school roughly? About 800? It was always a busy school. Now I got to tell you the other side. I spent a little of my time over there and a little of my time over there. So I went over there today to buy my lunch to say, my God, it was just so cool. Listen, it was a pleasure, my friend. Okay? It was so cool talking with you guys. Okay? All right, stay well. All right? Okay, wave to the camera, bye. All right, okay, great student. Thank you so much. All right, so there it is at my old high school, where I went to school. And, this was where a lot of stuff done for me. I'm still holding my bag if I'm going to school here. But, just talking to some student, and I'm still able to describe some of the stuff, like my science room used to be up there. And it's closed now, so I can't take you inside to show you around. But this school, let me tell you something to somebody. This school was where I made a couple of decisions. I made a couple of decisions. By the way, in this school I won what is called, I was recognized for the Canadian Junior Achievement Award, which at that time, you always hear me talk about my athletic, not my athletic, my musical background and my musical training. It was in this school that the Board of Education got behind me and really helped me in establishing my music. I was a part of the school band. They have a great music department inside, and a great professional theater. So again, like I said, this was where I went to high school. I actually spent one extra year here because of music and everything. Later on, I was able to come, they brought us back, not just myself, but a couple of high achievers. Again, like I said, let me lift the camera so I can see. There, okay, there we go. Let's see, are you there? Okay, there we go. That's my high school and everything. And you heard I was talking to a couple of students, and they're all in science. Oh my God. The thing that I didn't do too well in. Okay? So it was just, hold on. I want to make sure that my camera, I don't have any camera people here with me today. So I want to make sure that my camera don't fall down. Okay, so as we're talking, this was the place that I went to high school. And again, like I said, you're seeing it there, the step. I've run up this step so many times and so on. But, and again, like I said, this school have done extremely well for me. They were really got behind me and in music, really got behind me and supported me in school and in music. And that was what elevated me to my music background and everything, all right? However, I want to tell you something. There were some decisions that I also made in this school. I made a decision. As a matter of fact, let me tell you something. I want to make sure that you understand. I was eating my lunch because I used to sit down there and eat lunch very fast, then to run outside and everything. You know what I mean? So I brought this here particular. But I want to tell you something. When I started to do well in high school, in music, sorry, not in high school. When I started to do well in music, won the Junior Achievement Award, got recognition from not the son Trudeau, but the father Trudeau. He was Prime Minister then. My school, this was the school that really stood behind me. How are you? This was the school that stood behind me to support my music. And brought me to many places. But one thing happened. I remember after when I won the Junior Achievement Award, I started to perform here and there, many television special, many different opportunity to be performing all over. I remember they had a career week, and that career week was when people from the different part would come in and to talk with you. And by now I'm already being on television and a few places and all of those, in the newspaper and written everywhere. And I remember you heard me talk about this in my studio, but now I'm at this spot where it happened. Well, inside anyhow. Auditorium full of people, and they say, I remember they were giving us the chance now to enhance our whatever we are involved in. And for me, it was music, very much in music. And this is now when you're doing well, the world certainly have value for you. And I remember at that time now, I got the opportunity to sign to go off to other things, doing the nightclub stuff and doing all these gigs and you know, my thought is LA. And I remember in the auditorium, you heard me spoke about this before. I remember in the auditorium, hi guys, nice dogs. They look so obedient. In the auditorium, I never forgot, just before I went up, how you doing? Just before I went up and to give my endorsement of what I want to do, I heard the Lord spoke to me and said, you want this, you want that, you want this, as that the Lord was looking into my business. And here I am now at the opportunity to go off and do other things. And this is the word. There's a train track right behind the field. This is the word that the Lord, I heard in my spirit. So yes, guys, honest to goodness, camera is not too straight now. This is the other end of the school. There we are. I was speaking about where I went to high school. So I was actually mentioning some of the decisions that I made, which I feel very good about those decisions. And one of those decisions that I made way back when, that's the greenhouse there. I used to be a part of the greenhouse. It's a commercial school. Commercial mean that it's it has a lot of stuff in it. My area where I took baking, there's a lot of people who came out of here and became excellent chefs. I forget what you call it. It's the school that, you know, they develop you in that particular area. It's went over my head. Okay. It has mechanic shop, professional mechanic shop, all those tailorings, a trade school. My apology. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. So back then it was a trade school also. So it has a lot of those things inside. Okay. Now, let me also say to you, and this was coming from Jamaica, about 2 years somewhere else, and then I end up here. All right. So you can see that I was fresh coming from Jamaica, and then 1 year somewhere else, and then high school here, and then the rest was history. However, let me tell you something I was telling you. So that day when I was at the school, and that call it career week, and people coming in by now, students are being selected, basically. I never forgot, hear the Lord say to me, and I know a lot of you question these things, the Lord talking to people. Oh yeah, come on. Well, I heard it in my spirit that the Lord said, you want this, you want that, you want fame, you want this, stick with me and I'll give you all that you want. Now, keep in mind, at that time, I just won the Junior Achievement Award and, you know, been involved in theater and all of those things, and getting a chance to play with some of the band, different band and everything. And there was a good look being on television. But the Lord said to me, stick with me and I give you what you want. And thank goodness I did just that. Thank goodness, really, really thank goodness. This, again, like I said, this is my school, our high school. But I want to also tell you something else. In this school, I made a couple of decisions. I was a teacher, just walked out. I made a couple of decisions in this school. And one of the decisions that I made was to stay away from gangs, was to stay away from trouble, stay away from drugs, stay away from these things. Those were some decisions that I made in this school. Stay away from alcohol. These were things, these decisions were made back then when everybody is trying to be a part of something. Sometimes people said, oh, you don't understand, or you don't know what I'm going through. I've been there. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. There were people here that was later on to end up in things, and I'm not saying that there were some very successful people came out of this school, but I must also say that there are people who got involved in things and trouble and all of those. But I'm saying to you that in this school, I made a decision not to do drugs. Now, for you to make a decision not to do drugs meant that that was a decision that I made when I saw it, when everybody seems it was okay. I made a decision not to get into this alcohol drinking thing. If you leave me a bottle of rum or whatever it is, you don't have to worry about it. Oh, my camera goes sliding. Yeah, if you leave me a bottle of rum, you won't have to worry about it. You will come back and find it. Because you see, these were things that, I'm not saying anything is wrong, I'm just telling you from my perspective. Because not only that, but my schools had, at the time, had something that they invested in me, but God had his eyes on me. Now I must also say, today, many of the people that came out of this school with me, many of them today follow me and Trench Altar Ministry. They're big man, big woman, big this, big that, grandpa, grandma. But many of them follow Trench Altar Ministry. In other words, I made a decision way back when it's probably looked foolish. Some of my friends, come on Errol, take a drink. Come on Errol, have a smoke. Take a drag. I'm right in the school where all of this was happening. You know what I mean? Right in the school where everything was happening. I was a major part of the high school musical in this school. I spent a lot of time in the auditorium. As a matter of fact, I could have gone to the auditorium just by leaving a class and go to the auditorium because I was always rehearsing. This school have done well for me by God's grace. You heard me talk about the science coming from Jamaica, and again, like I said, there is a school. That's a school, huge school. It's a big school, okay? I think it's 3 floors plus the lower level, and the lower level, the pool is in the lower level, okay? But what I'm saying to you, it was just the things that, the choices that are made. And sometimes people think that you have to say yes. Young people that listening to me, everybody might be doing it. You don't have to say yes. You can say no, and it's gonna look different. Now, what am I talking about? Today, to be in drugs is look like it's an in thing, but it's not. You don't have to get into gang. You don't have to get into this. You don't have to get into problems. You don't have to. Okay? I'm coming to you live from the school that I went. This is a school. And I'm still in communication with a lot of people who knew me from my music. As a matter of fact, my music teacher passed away about 2 years ago, and I was called about that. All right? Just to give you a general idea. This, I end up doing a lot of stuff in the public for the Toronto Police and government in music and singing. This was where it all started. In this school, this was where I won these awards. This was where all of this happened. This was where a lot of the recognition came out. And then after that, everybody else wanted to grab a hold of me. But I am not the only one. There's some successful people came out of this school. This school was a school that, my God, it was known to be, oh boy, riot, fights. I came out of this school, fights. Young people, you don't have to be a part of a gang. Take my word and look at me. I'm still here. And by the way, I must say something to you. There are those who I knew that they were in, well, I wasn't going to say it this school, okay? I'm not going to say that. But I knew them. But then they walked the other way. I went to some of their funerals, okay? Because it didn't go the right way. You don't, I'm talking to somebody, I hope. You don't need, actually, to be honest with you, it was in this school that I was called the church boy. Yes, it was in this school. I was known as the church boy in this school. In this school, I do more gospel songs than you could ever shake stick at. Thank goodness that, well, maybe they wasn't against it then. You understand me? I'm actually telling somebody you can walk with Christ, walk in Christ, and I believe if you do the thing that Christ called you to do and do it. You saw me was talking to some student earlier. As a matter of fact, in this school, sorry I cannot take you inside, my pictures was up beside the principal in the hallway as one of a high achiever. Now I'm not the only one, there was some other student, many other students. We were able to be brought back to the school to talk to students upon graduation. For about 4 years, they kept bringing me back. Not just me, other high achievers. Listen to me carefully. Take my word. You don't have to follow crowd. You can be the trailblazer. You can be the trailblazer. You don't have to follow the gang. You don't have to follow the crowd. How you doing? You don't have to follow them. When I went to school back here so many years ago, guys want to go this way, not me. Guys want to go that way, not me. And I'm still here. It's an honor today to walk around the school to realize this was where I made the decision not to be a part of the gang, not to be a part of the this. And I was invited to be a part of the gang. I was invited to be a part of. I mean, don't get me wrong, the school is not about gang. The school is what it is. But then there are students that was doing their things, and I said, They invite me, let's go here. In other words, I was strict on myself. Well, my mother would kill me also. Okay? But I was strict on myself. I had my own protocol. But God, listen to me carefully, but God had his eyes upon me. And I believe honestly that, we all been there. And a lot of young people that listen to me, trust me, you don't have to be a part of the gang. You don't have to be a part of the drugs. You don't have to be a part of the alcohol. You don't have to be a part of the needle. This was where I came from. This was my school. And I came out to be an honor student and still don't know what I'm doing. But the thing is, when I got called to the principal office, it was, Errol, you've been asked from the school at the Ontario School of Music to represent here and to represent there. So the school got behind me. If I was doing drugs and I was doing all these things and was in gang fights, these things would not happen. I hope today that I've inspired somebody. You can say no. You can be different. You don't have to go with the gang. You don't have to go with the drugs. Let me tell you something. If you don't do drugs, you will not die. And if you're not a part of a gang, you will make it. Yeah, you will make it. Down under that step, underneath that step, I stayed many times underneath that step to have my lunch. Underneath that step. Underneath this step there, many times to have my lunch. Okay? So I'm just trying to say to somebody, you don't need to be, you don't need to be a part of the gang. Be the guy that set the trail. Be the guy that blazed the trail. Yes, this is my old school. This is my old school. Yes. But you can, listen, take my word. I wish I had more time to talk to you. You don't need to be on drugs. You don't need to be in a gang. You don't need to get into argument. You don't need to get into fights. You don't need to do any of those things, and you will still make it. Take my word. I do not know this. I'm inspired to come to my school and do a video shooting. I wish it wasn't so late because you heard me talk to some student earlier. I wish I could have walked through the school and everything. Listen, listen to your good friend Errol Trench. This was, again, like I said, oh my God, it's so exciting. I wish I could have, this is the garden section that I spent so much time in. I wish I could have walked you through it. One day, sometime, I promise you, I'm going to walk you right through this school. It was an honor to be in this school, and I've done well. This school actually did well for me, okay, in the sense of my musical background, and introduced me to theater and musical performance and the band room. The band room is right up there. The organ, you heard me talk about that a lot of time. Okay? God bless you. You're listening to your good friend, Minister Errol. Of course, I can stand at my school and said Minister Errol. Whoa! And they used to call me church boy. Hey, are you church boy? Hey, how you doing, church boy? And I'm still here today, still recognized as a church boy, but a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. God bless you all. Until next time, see you soon. And you don't need to do drugs. You don't need to be a part of the gang, and you will make it. God bless you. All right. That's the garden section. And of course, you see, so it was on a main street, of course, main busy street. That's a school here. You can see that. That was, and you can see it is a professional. It has professional everything that you think of. There it is. Professional everything that you think of. There it is. And yes, indeed, it has done well for me. I wish it wasn't so late so I could have give you a walk through inside and everything. This was where all my school days, there it is, and everything, to the main office and to the gym, there we are, and everything. I was recording from right over there and everything. Beautiful. It's a professional school, professional in the sense of some good athletic people came out of here also. Just trying to make you understand. So it was on a main street, definitely. Just going through, and you could see right around, you could see it demonstrates some of the many things that took place in the school. It was a great school for